Hello and welcome to Business Hub, your one-stop business mart where we bridge the gap between business owners and their target market. My name is Omobolanle Adesuyi, and on Business Hub today we will be discussing with a business owner, of course, talking about communications. And I have with me live in the studio Kunle Awotiku. He is the head Uniplan Integrated Services. Good evening.
Good evening. Thank you.
Thank you for joining us on Business Hub.
It's welcome.
All right, so tell us about Uniplan Integrated Services.
All right, Uniplan Integrated Services is a firm, it's a consulting firm and a recruitment firm, but that based more on recruitment and training.
Okay.
And we have a training cut across different professional courses, including HR.
Before you go into the training courses that you offer, let's talk about the requirement. What are things you require to recruit for a company?
Basically we recruit for organizations that are looking for staffs from entry level to executive level, and for our candidates, for us to be able to recruit for an organization, it must be an organization that is established. We have it established with CAC. We understand that you've been doing businesses. We can check your profile and we know you're good, and then we look at candidates that we can give, and through our database of our youth, then we consider their candidates.
Okay, so how has it been so far? How long have you been in this business?
14 years.
14 years.
And it's been lovely.
Okay, so now when it comes to employability skills, you know, a lot of employers say, as against the complaints by the Nigerian youth that there are no jobs, you have a lot of employers saying that, well, it's the youth that don't have the employability skills.
Not employable.
Yes, what's your reaction to that?
I would always say this to people, that, you see, when we say there are no jobs, is a very wrong statement to say, because there are jobs. But what I like to tell people is what we have there is competitive in nature. So for you to get the jobs, it must be that you're good at what you're doing, you understand the basics. But unfortunately, a lot of Nigerian youth, I like to say this, they are not prepared for the jobs. A lot of Nigerian youth just understand what they taught them in school, they write their heads, and they don't understand the practicability of the job out there.
What do you think is responsible for this?
Educational system. What we teach in school. I'm also a lecturer, part-time lecturer. I tell my students, I'm not going to teach you the write the X. I will show you some reality. You're asking the candidates that just finished from a university and you're saying, can I meet you? And he's saying, or tell me more about you. And the person is saying, well, you can see me on my CV.
Really, I would like us to also talk about how to answer some of the questions that job seekers, would meet at the point of their interview. But before we go into that, you know, I was going through your profile and I saw that you are a man with so many hats. Like you do a lot of things. How do you combine all of this together?
Well, I call myself an entrepreneur. So how I combine is more of my potentials. I lecture. I'm a public speaker, I'm an HR, I cook. I'm a cook.
But not professionally.
I do professionally anyway.
Really?
But I don't usually tell people.
Because
I have a different brand for that. But people don't get to know. And what brought me to all of this is I'm a natural researcher. So when I see someone passing through a particular challenge, I want to find proper solution to it. From providing the solution to that, I discover one thing or the other, and then that I turn it to business, because I tell people business, you can actually discover what you want to do from solving a problem, meeting a need. How do I become a cook? It started from cooking healthy things and doing healthy drinks. How did I become an HR? When I was a banker, I found out that I left university with second class over division, and I saw some first class graduates saying rubbish at the interview panel because I was in the HR department, and I felt, that means there is a problem in this nation. How do you feel in first class? They're telling you how much can we pay you, and saying pay me any amount. So I remember when I was with that bank, someone was asked, why do you want to work with Sky Bank? And she said, well, I love Sky, the sky is blue, and I like the experience. She was saying rubbish. And so all of this, I felt I can provide a solution. And so by providing a solution, I find out that I'm...
So I noticed you studied agri-economics. That's in your first...
agri-economics and extension, my first degree.
Your first degree. And then the second one had to do with psychology.
When psychology...
How did you delve from all this into public speaking?
Well, I would say that basically is more reading. And you see, when I say reading, it's very amazing when I remember my heart of reading. Because when I was in university, my first degree, I wasn't reading anyway. 200 level, 300 level, I was not a serious person in quote. But when we use the word reading, one of the things I found out that most of the time we think of the curricular activity of school. When we talk about reading, maybe you want to read one science course or thereabout. But I discovered that people can naturally read things apart from the curricular study. So that was my situation. I love to read motivational books, read journals. I want to know about what is happening, news and articles.
Is that why you write too?
And that's what I'm saying. From that process, I just discovered a particular potential in me. And I developed it, and that's what turned me to become who I am today. So what I discovered was, how did I venture into another field apart from agri-economics and extension? It's because that was not my passion. That was not my interest. And that's one of the things that is missing in Nigeria today. We don't have counselors, career guidance that will tell us what should you study in the university. So agri-economics and extension for me was...
So do you provide that, the guidance?
Yes, I do.
For career
I'm a
choices?
professional counselor, guidance counselor on that now.
How do you think we're doing? You know, in those days, it used to be science, commercial, and art. Then you see that most parents used to tell, I fell victim of that, because most of, our parents will tell us, science students are the serious students. How do you think this has changed?
So when I hear that statement, this is one response I like to give. Which class do the lawyers fall to? That's my best response. I said at the career talk yesterday. Almost every week I give a career talk.
But do you think we're still in that point?
The honest truth is some parents are still in that darkness. That's the honest truth. Some parents are, but majority have left. In the 21st century, it's amazing when I hear people saying that you should go and be a doctor, just a lawyer, and then you just mention some few fields of study or some professions. But it's amazing that there are a lot of studies, there are a lot of professions that people are doing these days in the 21st century that has nothing to do with all of that. And they're making good money and making impact.
Let's talk about the job opportunities and communications.
Okay, when you say job in communication, it starts from lecturing to training. I'm a consultant with NYSC and I train in so many other states. As of 2 days ago, I had to engage some of my youth that I train in my own school to go and train some corps members, and they are being paid by NYSC. Some of them have not even finished service, but they started earning money, training, doing the consulting for organization. Because as a speaker, what do you have? Is information. What are you saying is information. So you understand something about everything and everything about something, and because you know something about everything, you can provide a solution to one thing an organization is passing through. For example, how did I become a lecturer of mass communication? I went to a school and they were looking for a lecturer, and because I did diploma in mass communication, I understood some few things and I put it out there.
Now, one of the challenges that public speakers talk about, especially those who are still, growing in the business, talk about is the anxiety and the fact that they are crowd shy. How did you ever have this issue? How did you deal with it?
When people go, they call themselves speakers or public speakers, and they say have stage fright. The honest truth is they are not yet a public speaker.
So there's a point you get to where you don't have it.
You must deal with that before you even start. Really? That's what we call fear of the crowd, enotrophobia. It's not something that you should have at all. There are two fears that speakers in quotes always have, which is glossophobia and enotrophobia. The honest truth is these two phobias must be dealt with before you even start anything at all. But when I say before you start anything at all, someone asked me, so I should not speak at all. I thought they said that practice make perfect. I should grow in what I want to do and make myself better. But the honest truth is this: if you're going to start at all, you must know that to a level you've dealt with this fear. So if I have a fear of crowd, how do you deal with it? So many ways of dealing with it. But I will just give few steps for now. Of course, number one, you must believe in yourself. Most of the time, people don't even believe in themselves. When I was an undergraduate, I started training corps members when I was still an undergraduate. I traveled to the north. I went to meet them at NYC because I have one information or the other. And I said, I know something upstairs that I want to give to them. And I started my training. The first way to control or deal with these fears is to first of all believe in yourself. Of course, another way is you must have information, because the fuel of presentation is information. You'll be amazed that a lot of persons don't have anything to say. You are in front of people, you don't know what you want to say, and you want to talk to them. How does it work? It's not going to be possible.
But there are also times when a public speaker has prepared a speech, and then when you get there, you suddenly forget.
Going blank means that you've not been able to deal with the fear. That's what I'm saying. You've not mastered the heart. I tell people, public speaking is an art and heart. So if you have mastered the art and you've not mastered the heart, you won't do well. But when you master the heart, you understand. I remember one time I was with the professors in the University of Ibadan to train them on project management. And the man said some professors didn't want to listen to me because they felt I was too young. And from the process of understanding the art, I was able to undo them. And at the 5th day, they gave me extra money because I understand the art. You see, when I tell people communication is easy, the moment you understand the art. But if you don't understand the art will become difficult for you.
So what are the employability skills that every job seeker should have, especially looking at our climate in Nigeria?
Starting from communication skills. How do you communicate? Interpersonal skills. A lot of youth don't know how to even sell themselves. You're in front of an HR or in front of an interviewer and the person is saying, sell yourself to us, and you're saying, how much should I sell myself? I've heard that before. Someone is saying, what should I sell myself? I don't think I'm sellable. I want to sell myself. I'm not bag, I'm not sure that I want to sell to you. Because people don't even understand some of this.
Is it a lack of training, or is it that they're just not willing to learn?
Not that they're not just willing to learn. Some are lack of training. Some are willing to learn, but they don't have the right trainers. Some are trained wrongly. So it has so many other factors. But what I tell you, even if you don't have the right training in the university, come on. There are a lot of organizations that are training people on employability skills. Go for it. Self-development is one of the best thing anyone can do to themselves in this world. Develop yourself. When I write, I tell people ask me, what do you write in your books? How do you get to see what you need to write? Do you dub? Do you copy people? I tell them, it's self-development. If you can develop yourself over time, you just discover that you are full of information and helping yourself. So it's more of self-development.
Okay, so tell us about Scriptlog
Academy.
Yes.
Okay, that's the training arm of Uniplan Integrated Services.
Okay.
And Scriptlog Academy offers a lot of training and more of professional training anyway. That cuts across trainings that we found out that organizations are looking out for in people. How did we start the training? When we want to recruit for some organization, we discover that some of our candidates don't fly. So we ask, why are they not flying? What is the issue? What is happening? So from the process, we discover some want people to have health and safety environment training because they want them to understand about.
Do you provide that?
Yes, we do.
Health and safety training?
Yes, we do. How do Scriptlog provide some of those trainings? So we partner with institutes that are offering the certification.
Like
we get
CIH.
to understand CIH, Institute of
IOSH.
IOS, Institute of NEBOSH. So with different courses we want to do, we partner with some of these institutions, and then they provide us the certification and their curriculum. We go through it, and because we have faculty, from professors to doctors to masters and mister, so they read through the curriculum, prepare themselves.
Okay, so what are the requirements to be a student at Scriptlog Academy?
Basically, it's just to apply.
Okay, how do you apply?
You apply through our portal, or through our link, or through our contact.
Okay.
We have our handles. Yes. So you go through the handles. You go through that. You send in your application, your interest. Basically, we make it easy for people anyway, because what the CEO set out for, which is my humble self, is to ensure that a lot of youth can be better.
And is it affordable?
Sometimes, you see, when I hear the word affordable, sometimes I try to look at another word that can describe affordability with us at Scriptlog Academy. Because it's something very affordable.
And is there room for instrumental payment for those who might not be able to afford to pay
at a point? Yes. Yes, we have instrumental
payment. Okay, so let's talk about the typical Nigerian HR. We know that for every organization there should be that person who relates with the staff and ensures their welfare, and also recruits new staff. How do you think, or what are the attributes you think a Nigerian or an HR should possess?
Of course, you must be friendly. You see, my HR, my organization, I'm not the HR anyway, I'm the CEO, so I have an HR. I'm an HR, but I also have an HR in my organization.
Did you train the HR as an HR yourself?
I trained her, and she was trained before.
Okay.
She also went to professional institutions like CIPM, China Institute of Professional Management. She was also working with another recruitment firm before she met with me. And of course, she came on board because she discovered my strength and what I'm doing with the youth. Because I work across 28 states. So she felt she wanted to add herself to that. All right. And one of the things I say to people is, if you want to be a good HR in an organization, you must at first be friendly, be welcoming. I don't like HRs that they frown, they can't even give.
Why do we have a lot of HRs who make life difficult for the staff in Nigeria? Why?
I would not say that they make it difficult. I want to tell you this on the street. Sometimes HR love to be respected, or most of the time. Let me use that word. So because of that, they wear this face that is not themselves, not the real being. So that you can just give them that respect. They just want that respect. They want it. Okay, for example, you come in and the HR tells you that I need to submit a particular file, and you're saying you're dragging and you're working the way you shouldn't work. Most of the time, some of these HR are young. And so they just believe because I'm young, that's why you're doing that. So when they when they just portray as if they are difficult, there's a way you want to portray yourself, there's a way you behave because you feel or sense they are difficult. That's why they do that most of the time. HRs are fantastic set of being. But some of them, a few, are too difficult. And those difficult ones, I'm sorry, they need to work on themselves.
We need to really still talk about that. I know you mentioned the fact that an HR must be friendly. We'll talk about other attributes, but we have to take a short break. We'll be back on Business Hub. All right, welcome back. You're still tuned to Impact Africa Television, IATV, channel 181 on Star Times, and this is Business Hub, your one-stop business mart where we link up business owners with your target market. I've been speaking with Kunle Awotiku from Uniplan Integrated Services. And of course, you were telling us about the qualities of a good HR. You talked about the friendliness. What else are other qualities?
An HR must be versed. Must be someone that knows a whole lot of things. Okay. You want to train people and you don't know what you want to tell them. How will you do that? You are not knowledgeable enough to even tell us something about yourself.
But does the HR is it the responsibility of the HR to train the staff?
It is not always the responsibility, but it's one of the things that they must know how to do. Okay. They must know how to teach people. Because you're passing across information. They are the mediator. You understand? They handle the refereeism of the organization. So you will tell us how we should live, how they should behave in an organization, the refereeism, the firing and hiring of the organization. The HR is in charge. So if you don't even understand the core values of the organization, how will you pass that across to the people coming in? If you don't understand, you are not friendly, you are not welcoming, how do they tell you what their disturbance, what is bothering them, their issues, their problems? How do they discuss it with you? Most of the time I tell people, why most of the time organizations experience a whole lot of hires coming in for a short period of time and they are leaving at a short period of time. They are not staying.
I've worked in a particular organization before where staff are usually complaining they were not really properly taken care of. In that kind of situation, isn't it the responsibility of the HR to ensure that the staff are well taken care of?
It is the responsibility, because that's why I said refereeism. You must take care of the refereeism. Most of the time, why is it difficult?
Some organizations don't even think it's necessary for them to have an HR.
Because they do not understand the essence of having an HR. They don't understand the usefulness, they don't understand the importance.
Do you also enlighten, create awareness, go to organizations to let them know the essence?
And I tell them this: if you don't have an HR, look for an outsourcing firm that part-time can help you do that. Okay. I do that for some organizations. Uniplan Integrated Services does that. There are times that we just go to organization we recruit for and we ask them, where is your HR? Where is money? You just find out that some organization will just say the accountant is in charge of that. And I ask a question, how do you want the accountant to deliver well? You are giving the accountant the responsibility of
managing
manager of the organization. Sometimes even the receptionist. It's the person that is welcoming you. It's the same person that is the accountant. It's the same person that will be the manager. You can have a whole lot of
looks
results.
Like this is the typical scenario of the Nigerian organization.
Well, some. Let me not say Nigerian. Some. But I tell people, if the issue is the money, what you want to pay, part-time you can just outsource. It's easy.
Okay, so the person doesn't have to be
your staff in-house.
Okay.
Once in a while, you just outsource someone that comes maybe once in a month or once in 3 months. And so the salary you're supposed to be paying...
But hold on, if you outsource and you get someone who comes in once in a month, how would that person be able to feel the pulse of the staff and know what they need?
That is why the person is going to interact. These days we have a social media, you have an online presence that I don't need to be there. In fact, I have an organization that we manage, that we are in that organization online every day. Like you think we are in that organization, but we are not there. Because through the cameras, the CCTV, we can see what is happening in the organization, and we are monitoring them. We understand what is happening part time, and so for that organization, every week we give them a report. Oh, your staff does this. In fact, you'll be amazed that the CEO is not even in Nigeria.
And everything is going on fine.
Going on very well.
All right, I know there's still so much to talk about because you have a lot up your sleeves. But let's talk about your books. I have the Speak Out with me, tips for effective speaking and writing. What inspired this book? Communication.
You see, I said this to people don't believe it, but I will say it again. I don't know how to speak English language. That's the first thing that's this. I don't know how to speak English language.
Didn't know or don't know?
I don't know.
Till now?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm still learning.
Okay.
I'm trying to know how to speak it. That's your next truth.
Okay.
If you observe, there are times that I miss some words, I miss some things I want to say, and people ask me, so you can be a fantastic speaker. 2001, when I came out and I was trying to do that, thanks to one of my great mentors, Fela Dutoye, and a role model. You know, I was just seeing that man, I was seeing what he was doing. I attended Ladoke Academy of Technology, and I just found that people that seems to be called speakers then, they have Queen's English, they speak so well, and I asked myself, can you do this? So along the line, I discovered that to be a great speaker, elocution is not the first thing. Phonetics is not the first thing.
Okay.
So one of the stoppers, one of the issues that we have around is that people think I must know how to speak Queen's English before I can be.
So what's the first thing?
The first thing is information. I'll give an example.
How do you get information if you're not educated?
So I'm going to give this to you. So you know what I'm saying? Like I'm going to give it to you now. I'm in the shades. What have I said?
My question is, how do you find access to the information when you're not educated?
You will be educated, but education is not the only thing that you would have. That's what I'm trying to say.
You're saying information is the first. But of course, you have to have the basis, the basic rather, the foundation.
You need to have for you to be a speaker.
Yes.
That's basic. That's the basis that you have. What you need to have, the understanding, is there. I will ask you a question. Do you know that our fathers and mothers, great grandfathers that are in the bush, they're in the villages, they have information with them? They can tell you.
But you'd also agree, you are a communicator.
Yes.
You'd also agree that to communicate those information that you have, you need education.
I'm not saying you see, education is not going to school alone. That's what
yes, but you are saying information is first. And I'm trying to say that to get that information, you need some certain level of education.
Of course you do, but the education is not the school education. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
So when we say education, not necessarily formal education, we limit it to institution.
Okay.
Do you know that there was a time I traveled to Port Harcourt and I learned a whole lot of things at Port Harcourt, and from there I was able to train a lot of people in the East at Enugu from what I saw at Port Harcourt. So education is beyond.
Okay.
I went to school.
We really have to go, but I have a list of some of your other books. Unveil, Maximize Your Potential.
Yeah.
There's also Bible quiz right here. You also write
yes,
religious
yes, I do.
pieces. Okay, also Fixation, Greatness is here, and acronyms, Profitable Nuggets, 365 wisdom words. A lot.
You job the book that you wanted to job.
The
Becoming the best candidate for that job.
Becoming, I can't find that here. Okay. Becoming
I have 23 books anyway, so
23 books.
Yes,
that's a whole lot. So you just let us know the kind of trainings you offer and how people can reach you.
Okay, so we do project management training, professional courses starting from project management, human resources, HSC, negotiation techniques, and more public speaking. I like to always talk about that majorly. And we have a program coming up anyway that is coming up on the 4th to 6th of July.
All right.
At University of Ibadan. And the program is on communication, tagged Effective Communication with Kunle Awotiku. It's a masterclass. It's a 3-day masterclass.
Is it free?
It's not free, because I tell people there is nothing free in this world. Nothing is free.
That's true.
Okay, so we attach people to pay some token of amount, and the money cuts across 3 category of people. So we have workers, different money, we have workers, we have students, and we have core members. So the workers are paying 10,000 naira. Okay. And the 10,000 naira covers materials with feeding and refreshment and certification. And students with core members are paying 5,000, students paying 3,000 naira. People ask me a question, why are they paying different amounts? It's because what they will be getting is different. Okay. They will have internship opportunities.
But are they all going to be in the same class?
They are going to be in the same class for the first day. The second day, they are going to have different classes.
Okay.
They have different assignments, different trainings, different workshops, because it's going to be a whole lot of opportunity.
Okay.
And they have internship.
How many days again?
It's a 3-day program.
3-day program.
Yes.
So your phone numbers for
the phone number they can contact is 081 0531 4346. I call that again, 081 0531 4346. Or they call 070 37 87 3678. I call that again, 070 37 87 3678. And they can check our handles.
Okay.
Uniplan Integrated Services or at Kunle Awotiku _
Spelled as a word.
Okay, yes, Kunle Awotiku, KUNLEAW.
No, I'm saying, is it spelled
together,
as a
yes,
word?
Together, all together.
All right.
At Uniplan Integrated Services, at Scribbler Academy, at Kunle Awotiku _
All right, any final words before we go?
Oh, final word, I would like to say this to everyone listening to me, that you have a great potential on your inside. Do not joke with it, because your potential is your credential. That will make you essential and influential in life. Don't joke with what you carry, because you need to be head out there.
All right, that's the motivational part of Kunle Awotiku. I've been speaking with, of course, he has a lot of profiles. He's a motivational speaker, he writes, he does a lot of things, and it's been a pleasure having you on Business Hub today. Thank you so much for coming.
You're welcome.
All right, I've been speaking with Kunle Awotiku, head Uniplan Integrated Services, and on that note, we'll wrap it up on today's edition of Business Hub. Remember that you can watch Business Hub in case you missed any part on YouTube at IATV Africa. My name is Omobolanle Adesuyi. Goodbye.